Hello, I'm getting ready to head out and do a 2-week trip out in California and Oregon. But before I get started with that, I've got to clean up a mess from the weekend. Or last night, I guess. We got about 8 inches of snow. It's already starting to melt, but I got to get out with the snow blower and clean this up before I can get to the airport. Wow, that was heavy. Alright, well, I got that all cleaned up. That was hard because that stuff was really started melting and was pretty soft and nasty. Especially at the bottom where they plowed all the road stuff in, and that was just ice and slush, really heavy snow. Anyway, so I just gotta get my Jeep cleaned off and I'll be ready to go. Alright, I am heading up to Detroit right now and going to catch a flight from Detroit to San Francisco for this coming week, and that's where I'm going to work there for a few days, and then next week I've got to be in Corvallis, Oregon, so I'm planning on driving from San Francisco up to Corvallis and then doing some camping and backpacking in the Lost Coast area. I got a permit for one night in the Lost Coast. I don't have a lot of time, so I can camp one night or backpack in one day, camp in there, hike back out, and drive up to Corvallis on Sunday. So that is my plan for this 2-week trip. Alright, made it to the hotel. Alright, so my flight's tomorrow morning at 8:30, so it's better always drive up the night before for an early flight. So it's just, I got a lot of gear because I'm going to do the backpacking. So this is almost all backpacking stuff. And this blue one's just my work stuff. Alright, so I'm going to eat dinner real quick and then go to bed so I can get up early. Alright, I finally finished up work for the week, and I am now heading up to Shelter Cove. I'm going to camp right there in that campground in Shelter Cove. And then tomorrow I'll drive up to the north side of the wilderness and then I'll hike. So it should be pretty good. So Shelter Cove for tonight, and then to the north side tomorrow and do some hiking today and tomorrow. It's on the road to Shelter Cove, so I have about a half hour, I think. 20 miles. It says 20 miles, 42 minutes. It's kind of cool looking right in here. Alright, and there's Black Sands Beach, and if I was going to hike from here, I'm going to go to the north point and hike, but that's where the trail would be. It's all the way around that point. Alright, made it to Shelter Cove. There's their lighthouse. Campground, I'm saying that's like right over there. walk down and look at the water, I guess. This could be good. There's access down there, and the tide is going out right now. Might be able to go down and see some tide pool stuff. Oh, we got a bunch of seals out there on the rock. I'm trying to remember what time low tide was tonight. I think it's around 5. So it's like 1:30 right now, so the tide will keep going out. I'll probably go to the campground, check in, and come back down here a little bit later. All right, so here is the camping spot for tonight. Let's have a look around at the campground. It's not very busy. December appears to be the off season. These spots over here are considered RV spots, and they're like $50 a night, or $54 a night. Or this one was $34, I think. Set up. I'm just gonna get my sleeping bag, or get my sleeping pad set, blow up, and get the sleeping bag in there. Sounds like there's a foghorn going off. You can see there's clouds out there. I wonder if that's because of that. Maybe clouds, or maybe some fog's gonna roll in tonight. Supposed to be a beautiful day tomorrow too, though. All right, tent's all set up. Got my sleeping bag and the pad all blown up and ready to go. I'm using my quilt again, so. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is get ready for the backpacking tomorrow. I can't really pack yet because I usually I gotta put the tent and sleeping bag in first. And then I put my food in after that. So, but Bear Vault's over here. So here, hiking here on the Lost Coast, you have to bring a bear bag, or bear can. So got my bear can right here. So it's got the stove in it and some other stuff that I'm probably not gonna take. But anyway, so I gotta pack that and then get everything organized back here. So tomorrow morning I can pack everything to the backpack. I got about a 2-hour drive to the north point. I'll hike down. So the reason I'm doing the north point is because of the tide tables don't work with my timing. I'll talk about that some more later. Alright, so I got camp all set up, and now I'm going to come down and walk along the beach a little bit more. Brought my phone this time. It's good. Now I can zoom in at the seals. There we go. Another one up there, but I can't really get there to get a picture of it. Or maybe I can. I'd like to find the starfish if I can. Cool. Some more seals right over here. Can't see them because of the sun, but I'll walk on over that way. I'm gonna go around the edge right here. We got some crabs moving around in here. Kinda cool. Let's zoom in on. Alright, cool. We're gonna have the starfish. This is a very, very peaceful place. A few people out. And I can't believe nobody comes here in December. That's really nice. Alright, cool. I found a starfish over there. I'm gonna go take a picture of it. That's a beautiful starfish there. It's perfect lighting. I moved to the top of the ridge. It's getting chilly out, so I grabbed my jacket, sit up here and watch it. Better view from up here. Getting close though. I will let you guys watch it too. Point the camera out there. Alright, it's getting dark. I'm going to try to cook dinner. It's pretty dark out. I don't know. Hopefully, anyways. Alright, let's get some water boiled. Okay. So dinner is going to be beef lasagna for dinner tonight. I can see the lighthouse over there, kind of. It's all lit up with Christmas lights. Beautiful sunset. Dinner's cooking. It's kind of... one thing interesting I found out is that in California, when you're backpacking, or probably even just camping in general, if you're going to use a gas stove, you've got to get a fire permit. Fortunately, I found that out and didn't find out when I was backpacking, and a ranger comes by and asks me for my permit because I wouldn't have had one. So not hard to get one. All you do is watch a 2-minute video, which has nothing to do with using a gas stove. But in any case, I've got my fire permit for backpacking tomorrow, so I can cook my dinner. Lasagna for dinner. About 10 minutes or so. Okay. I'll just put it in there. Probably clean that off in there. Alright, I might just sit in the car to eat this. A little breezy and chilly out here. That sunset's amazing though. Too hot to eat, so I have to let it cool off a little bit. Tastes alright though. Tastes pretty good. So I'm just gonna sit here, eat dinner. And I have to figure out, it's maybe like 5:30, but it's dark and there's not much to do once it gets dark, so I'm probably gonna go to bed early. All right, here is Shelter Cove's lighthouse, lit up for Christmas. Pretty cool looking. Morning. Looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. Look at that sunrise. All right, well, I'm gonna go make some breakfast. I left my stove out, kind of wet. I'll get my coffee started. We'll get Pat's got it's wet, so we gotta get that dried out. Hopefully the sun will come up and dry that out a little bit. Still a pretty nice looking morning out. All right, coffee is done. Breakfast real quick and then finish packing up. And then hopefully by 9 I'll be out of here. 8 or 9, I don't even know what time it is. And then drive up and hike down to the other place. Ready to go. All right, let's get out of here then. This is what the drive up there, the north point is. It's just, fortunately it's all paved. I was afraid it might be gravel road up there. I think it's a couple miles yet. It says 1.2 miles to go yet. Flooded. Oh. There's a sign for it. Campground and Trailhead. So it's empty.
Your destination is on the left.
Where the campground is. Oh, I see. It's okay. No, there's people camping. Okay. Yeah, looks pretty nice. There's quite a few spots open. And then there's the trailhead. For today, you can see high tide today is 11:04. It's almost 8 feet. So Punta Gorda's not, I don't think it's going to be passable. So hopefully that trail works. If not, I'll just camp before the tide place. Because tomorrow the low tides is at 6 a.m. and it's going to be at 3.3 feet. So by the time I get back to that point, it will be, I think it'll be over the 5 feet mark again. Alright, got my bare canister, so I'm all set for that. Okay. There's the map here, so I can see what I'm going to do from on this map. This is the spot that's not crossable when the high tide. But it should be a trail around it. And then my goal was to get down to like right here, I think. It's not really on here. shoes untied. Very beautiful. So it looks like the tide's actually going out right now. So the beach is so empty. There's like nobody else out here. Very few permits were sold for today. I think my goal for today is going to, so I don't have to worry about the tides tomorrow. I think I'm just going to hike to the Punta Gorda Lighthouse and then hike back down and camp south of the tide mark so that I can have an easy hike out tomorrow. I won't have to worry about that tomorrow morning. Alright, still just hiking along. We're almost to getting close to Punta Gorda Point at the high tide impassable point. You can see the tides are pretty high right now. Alright, that is probably right there, probably the Punta Gorda point that you can't easily get around. I could make it through there, I guess, yeah. It's not going up that high. Alright, we're in that first zone. It's a quarter-mile zone, but you can see how high the tide came up here today. It was all the way up here. Tides, oh, I already mentioned that, the tide's dropping all day today. Low tide is 5 p.m. again. Okay. Alright, so this is the narrowest point. And let's take a look. Alright, so the waves aren't too big. I think you just gotta get around this point here. Good, yeah. So basically you just gotta get around that point and you're all set. Alright, good. Bunch of birds out there on that rock.
Yeah, it's definitely beautiful here. I don't think the video, because I watched the videos of it, and the videos just don't really capture it. Got to see it in person. Oh, there's the lighthouse, first peak of it. You can see Punta Gorda now, Punta Gorda Lighthouse right there. I get a better picture when I get closer. And the land was bought. There was some people that didn't want to sell, and so it's still private property, got grandfathered in. I wonder if they're able to sell it. Anyways, it'd be kind of cool to have a place like that, especially if you could come to it often. Oh, that's great. I think it might be a little early for elephant seals, but around this time one year that I saw a bunch of elephant seals on the beach.